Welcome back. I'm going to continue our series on Andrews median lines. In this video I'm going to cover, we talked about several median line tools. I'm going to cover reverse median lines, give instructions for reverse median lines and maybe an understanding. They're also called inside median lines. But first let's do a little bit of a review. Median lines, okay? So we have a swing cycle. And so what median lines do is take this swing cycle, find the center of this leg, and it does that by taking this A pivot, B pivot, C pivot. So it's always going to be 50% of this leg, no matter how you draw it, and the A pivot is what's giving the slope for the center. Why do we want the center? Because it's a cycle, one complete revolution. It's a cycle. And so the center is showing you the center of the cycle and where that cycle completes. So when you come over here and you say this is the A pivot, it's going to always cut through the center of that. The median line sets that we draw are going to use this leg to fix the A pivot, to fix the slope that's cutting through the center. Now, a reverse median line is going to say, price has a high probability of reaching the median line. So a reverse median line isn't going to have any place to fix this A point. You're still going to use the center, but you're going to wait for price. Remember Andrews' first rule? There's a high probability price will reach the latest median line. So what you're doing is you're taking that first rule saying, oh, price reached the median line. And you're going to connect this center to that. So that's how it gets anchored. So it's a reverse median line. So instead of going A, B, C, you're going A, B, C. Okay, and then once you get the center, you just attach the parallels like so. See, there's no anything it's attaching to guide the slope. You're literally attaching it after rule 1 gets fulfilled. So why do we want to do this? Well, in some cases, you come over here and there is no A point. The market just sort of takes a dive. So for instance, you're in this chart, there is no fixed A point you can use. The purpose of a reverse median line, they call it a reverse median line because you're doing it in reverse. You're starting with rule 1, price reached it. So wherever price lifts to, then you start to draw it. Okay? Now why? I'm going to lay out what Andrews says about this. In the Andrews course, in the material, there's literally only one sentence that says anything about reverse median lines. This is really the only direction given right here. A reverse ML is formed when 1 ML 2,3 is exactly reached at P4 and is a reliable CL for applying the AR method. Alright, don't glaze over. Alright, this can be like looking at Elliott rules, right? We'll put that to the side for a minute. So one of the things you can notice that an inside median line does is if price is swinging, notice we're making here lower lows and lower highs. Right? It's swinging down. Every time it turns, it's swinging down. And we have 3 types of trades in the try called the try trade. The try trade is when it's swinging down and it decides to reverse. That's the try trade. And you can look at some of the other videos for that. Do you guys get that? It's making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Right? It's trying. Price is always trying to conquer that low. It doesn't make it. And you can see a median line will also often represent that try. And so it's an against the flow trade. Why would you want to do an against the flow trade? Well, there's different places you might want to do it. So for instance, the market is in a big uptrend, okay? And then it starts to do these little waves. So here you might want to do against the minor flow trade to get into the major swing, right? So there's lots of reasons why you might want to do it. I just want you to understand it is showing you, since price has reached the median line, its next projected line is here. Now obviously if price wants to keep going down, it's going to keep going down. It doesn't care about your line. But that is its projected place. Remember the rules. That's where it's projected. It's just projecting impulse legs and reaction legs. That's all. See, minor, minor, one minor equals a major. So even though nothing is said about this, we need to make things practical. Nothing is said. This is the only sentence Andrew says, and we'll get to this in a minute. And so sometimes if we don't have an A point, we can fix it to where price had reached the median line. Okay, I'll show you a couple recent ways that I've used it. So it's good for two things, basically, although you can draw it anywhere. You know, you can draw any swing. If I went like this, wham, okay? And let's say I don't have a reliable A point here. Or let's say I just want to play. I'm going to find the center of this guy. And I'm going to attach it to where price would have reached the median line. So in essence, I'm drawing a reverse median line, okay? So I can take any swing minus where I'm fixing an A and apply Andrew's rules. Now not a lot of charting packages have the reverse median line in there like this, but that's okay. What you do is you just draw a normal median line like this, okay? And what you want to do is wiggle the A point around until you can fix it and fulfill Andrew's rule of prices will reach the latest median line. So if you don't have the reverse median line tool, you can do that. Just move the center around so price actually reaches the latest median line, and you want to see a pivot off of it. And make observations. Now let's put it in some use. That's how you draw it. So recently, don't be looking for setups here. We're just trying to understand our tools. So recently, this is how I used it. And I use it in combination with seeing other things here. So I see price make this nice V, this nice structure, this nice V pivot. See the V? There's a V here. And this is the coil behind the V. This is stuff we work with. Price makes this nice V here. And all I can draw are these little itty bitty median lines here, right? So what I want to do is grab the structure. So here's the structure, right? You feel them. Seller, 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 seller. That's the structure. And so in this case, I take it and I draw that. That's going to be my my line that I'm going to have the center of. And so I go A, B, C. That's the normal median line set. Now when I do a reverse median line, it's going to look like that. If you don't have that tool, you just start your A point here, grab your swing. What you're interested in is this swing. attach it here. You see, it's a reverse. If I went A, B, C. Now there's lots of uses for this tool, right? I'm just covering one practical way I use it. And one place I'll be looking is, when price is coming down, right? See, it's going down, and I want to see if one of these tries to make a new low and fails, and I want to see the projection of that. And so that's what this would look like. I want to see the projection of that, like so. So just remember all the swing videos. See in waves. Okay, just see in waves. Price goes like this, price goes like this. It's trying, right? This is what you want to see. Just like this. Price is trying to make a lower low. That's what it's doing. And I can project about where that try is going to go with a reverse median line set. And the way I put the reverse median line set on is grab that swing and attach it so rule 1 is fulfilled, like that. Okay, and so I'll look for that for the try, or a lot of times I'll enter the trade in some other way. For instance, this might be, I'd use a modified shift on this to look in here, and I might use that for a target, like so. And that's current. And so that's how to draw a reverse median line set. And with some understanding, they don't usually just keep holding the frequency, but this one does. But with some understanding, right, you understand something about structures. Press, press, press is called a press structure. Bar level press. I'm sure I did a blog on it somewhere. And you combine some things, and you can come up with ideas for trade. Don't just look at this line and say, oh, it's a line it touches, I need to hit it. Ugh. No. It's showing you this wave that's trying and the projection of where it might not try to make it anymore. All right, so now I have one more that I've used this tool on. This was actually this morning. All right, so I'm going to not pretty this up, but I'm going to show you what I did. I'm watching this market. It's the gold market. It's 2-minute chart. It's this morning. I'm going to use a simple line saying it's just a multi-pivot line. Okay, that's what price is doing. See? You can draw it like that, draw it like that, but this, look, this is just seller, 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 hitting it. That's what price is doing. And you get this coil here. See, price, look at the tail. We covered price action in the last few blogs. Boom, they tested. This is a good line. All right, forget all the probabilities and technicalities and crap, and just look. They're actually hitting this line and holding it, period. The end. This is trading. When you can get rid of your predictions and say, this is what is, then you get a different experience, right? This is what is. I can decide, sell this line, wait for this line to change. And this line has everything to do with median lines, by the way. Okay? So anyways, this is my entry in here. See, this has everything to do with median lines. Look. Cycle. So anyways, this is my entry in here. But I'm kind of at loss for what target I might want to use. Price is working for me, kind of lost what target I want to use. So I want to put in an inside median line in this case. I'm going to use this swing. I got no A pivot. None. So what I'll do is I'll come in, boom, boom, place a median line here. See, what I'm doing is taking this swing, grabbing the center. All right? And this is a little more subjective than just A, B, C pivots. It's going to tell you what to do. You'll need to play on your own. One of the things I like to do with reverse median lines is not always just grab the peak, but grab the grab the meat of it here. And so anyways, this starts to form where it might try. So in this case, I'm already in, so I'm using it for a target. I got in via this line. This is a simple, go to the home page, the front page. I got continued behavior and change of behavior. This is price continuing to sell this line, continuing to sell this line. Higher low, zoom, change in behavior. And that's current. And so you can shoot for the upper line, manage your stops, manage your stops, because you know what, you can have this off by a little bit. If you're looking for perfection, you need a new profession. I like, I can see this zoom. It looks like it goes through this zoom here. So, you might start off and have it off a little bit. Don't expect perfection in trading. Run your stops, manage it. There was one more gold that I'll show right here that I did last week. So you can look at this chart and you can see how I built it. I grabbed this swing, I attached it here, entered down towards here, and worked towards this line up here, and ended up profit stopping out. So that's the reverse median line. The rule, or the only instruction that Andrews gave us, was this. And you know what? I will skip going over that for now. But if you can dice it out yourself. It has to do with pivot counts.